Tesla, big winner of UAW strike. Rivian stands tall among startups. Nikola CEO calms nerves and more. Biggest EV stories of the week. Electric vehicle stocks capitalize on the strength seen in the broader market, with most advancing solidly for the week. EV pioneer Tesla gained early on as Morgan Stanley Adam Jonas upgraded the stock and raised the price target to $400, citing the potential of the Dojo supercomputer. Governor of Nuevo León recently said in an Instagram post that Tesla's Giga Mexico construction could start soon. This could allay fears concerning the potential delay in the Giga Mexico construction shared by Tesla China suppliers and Mexican media outlets. Early, on time, late, it really doesn't matter. Nuevo León will break ground, will be constructed, and after it's all said and done, Tesla will have another export hub with the sole purpose of producing the next-gen vehicle. Tesla could be targeting a raise of $1.8 billion through the securitization of its electric car leases. This will likely involve conversion of a significant portion of Tesla's leases into bonds, with the company planning to generate interest in about $1 billion of notes divided into 5 classes of bonds, rated from AAA to AA. Lower rated tranches, however, will not be offered for sale. This week, Tesla removed the Model Y rear-wheel drive standard range version from its US website. There was some concern that Tesla might cut prices of Model Y as Q3 draws to a close. Instead, Tesla might want to allocate more 4680 cell production capacity to the Cybertruck. Gary Black has a point there. No need to cut prices if the production is going to be a little bit limited due to the Cybertruck ramp. In fact, the reprioritization of the 4680 cells could actually cause the Model Y prices to go up in an effort to modulate demand for the Model Y. But as you know, Tesla is always thinking a few moves in advance. The United Auto Workers strike has crippled Detroit's Big Three and leaves the non-unionized Tesla a big winner. This comes from a multitude of analysts covering automotive stocks. Beleaguered truck maker Nikola's new CEO, Steve Gursky, in a fireside chat this week, addressed the recall of more than 200 of its battery electric heavy-duty trucks due to a fire hazard. He clarified that the battery electric truck recall does not affect the production of deliveries of the fuel cell electric vehicles since the truck uses a different battery pack from a different supplier. Nikola also said this week that it would expand its dealer network to Canada for its Class 8 truck sales and service coverage. As the EV market reels as a result of price cuts, Rivian has managed to hold its own. Registrations for Rivian's R1T pickup truck and R1S crossover utility vehicles came in at 2,750 units, up from the monthly average of 2,596 new registrations in the first half of the year. Rival startup Lucid saw only 348 registrations for its Air sedan in July. Shares of Faraday Future jumped on Wednesday after the company shared a video of reality TV personality taking delivery of his FF91 2.0. Jason is thrilled to experience this new vehicle and be a part of the club that will allow him to share his vision of the future of EV luxury. Cool. German legacy automaker Volkswagen is looking to cut staff at its plant due to low demand for electric cars. The company reportedly plans to cut staff by allowing fixed-term contracts to expire, which could affect a few hundred employees at the end of October. This will undoubtedly be foreshadowing for our Big Three in Detroit. I got news for you, Volkswagen. It's not because there's low demand for EVs. There's just low demand for your EVs. Unfortunately, Ford, GM, Stellantis, they're probably going to fall in this same category unless something drastic changes immediately. That wraps up the news last week. Today, with the minor exception, Morningstar came out with a note. As of 14 September 2023, Morningstar has a 2-star rating on Tesla, simply meaning that they believe that there are other places in the market you can go that would represent a better opportunity. I guess that goes hand in hand with their fair value estimate. Hasn't been updated since 4/20, $215 US is where they believe Tesla is fairly valued at. About a $60 correction from where we are today. Morningstar forecasts 40% electric vehicle adoption by 2030, up from 10% in 2022. Let's continue to what Seth Goldstein has to say on the matter. In 2022, battery electric vehicles represented nearly 10% of global auto sales, up from a little less than 6% in 2021. So in 2021, we were at 6%, 2022, we're at 10%. Does Morningstar figure that there will just be 4% increases every year until 2030? That's that linear thinking that allows Tesla to be such the opportunity that it is today. From this headline, you can already see that global EV market share reaches 15% in 2023. And we ain't done yet, folks. According to Clean Technica, electric vehicles hit a 16% market share for the month of July, with battery-powered electric vehicles having 11% market share for the month. My point being that this is not going to be a static 4% until we get to 2030. No, folks. The adoption rate will increase exponentially as the cost of battery electric vehicles plummets due to decreasing battery costs and efficiency in the production. People are finding a way to purchase these vehicles. Much of the growth occurred in China, which has been a leader in EV sales over the past decade. However, with national EV subsidies in China expiring in 2022 and far lower sales in the US and Europe, the market questions if EV sales can continue to grow without subsidies. The growth can and will continue. By 2030, we forecast EVs will account for 40% of global auto sales. Oh, look at that. That's cute. They think they're being radical with this prediction. In my bear case, I have global EV adoption in 2030 sitting somewhere between 65 and 70%. In my bear case, in my base and bull case, I have global EV adoption in the 85 percentile. 90% in my bull case. And as costs predictably come down, these vehicles will have a total addressable market that explodes somewhere around the middle of the decade. 2026, 2027 at the latest, the total addressable market for battery electric vehicles is going to skyrocket. While EVs will still cost more upfront for most auto categories, we expect falling battery costs will drive cost parity on a total cost of ownership basis over the next couple of years in the majority of autos. Consumer function concerns are rapidly disappearing as EVs have reached range parity with internal combustion engines and charge times have fallen. The build-out of chargers across highways and in cities throughout the world will drive higher EV sales even without subsidies. Obviously, Seth Goldstein gets it. He's just stuck in a linear adoption growth rate when it's going to be far more exponential than anyone at Morningstar probably can anticipate. We see strong opportunities for investors throughout the EV supply chain. Can't argue with that. While multiple companies will benefit from rising EV sales, our top picks are largely based on valuation. Our top automaker picks are General Motors and BYD. I get it. Because the market cap for GM is so far below that of Tesla, GM could be considered a wildly attractive option, especially if it could grow to that level of Tesla. I'm here to tell you guys right here, right now, Tesla is the clear-cut winner and their evaluation is peanuts compared to what it'll be in 2030. Many of you are probably going, hustle, how can that be? Tesla plans to have a 50% compound annual growth rate over a multi-year horizon. They're building factories on multiple continents, expanding current factories that will increase output twofold. The company building the most pure battery electric vehicles will be the winner. It just so happens that Tesla is producing the safest battery electric vehicle. They're producing the highest performance, bang for your buck. They have some of the best software in the world, not just from an automotive standpoint. We're talking about comparing it to Apple, Google. They are video training neural nets to drive better than humans as we speak. Multi trillion-dollar opportunity should they solve for autonomy. We're not even going to talk about Optimus. They are producing their own batteries, creating form factors that battery manufacturers are switching to because of how lucrative it will be. Tesla is not just an automotive company. They're leading the charge, excuse that pun, in various different categories. Not to mention their battery storage capabilities. Those commercial megapacks, unprecedented in the industry. Tesla has so many things going for it, but because the evaluation far outstrips that of any automotive company, entities like Morningstar over here cannot fathom Tesla's evaluation. Therefore, they give it a 2-star rating and suggest companies like BYD or GM for that matter. Be prepared for Seth Goldstein and Morningstar to update this 40% number by 2030, as around 2027 or so, I think we'll already be there. In conclusion, Tesla's Giga Mexico construction should start soon. Nikola CEO Steve Gursky says, everything's all right, no need to worry. Rivian doing well, Lucid not so much. Volkswagen cuts jobs due to low EV demand. And Morningstar believes that global EV adoption will reach 40% by 2030. Will they be correct? Or will they miss the mark wildly, as I expect? In my humble opinion, that number needs to be about double. Well, that's all I got for you today. Be easy. Peace.